Hi, I'm Rebecca Lagos. I'm the principal percussionist of the Sydney Symphony Orchestra. I've been playing in the orchestra now for 36 years, but only principal percussion for the last 17 years or so. And behind me, you can see a typical setup for a movie program, and I have to organise things to get to this point, I guess. And I would start by looking at the music, going through, because unfortunately with a lot of movie scores, they don't delineate who plays what. So I start by looking through the score, I find the page that has the most instruments playing at once and say, okay, we need 5 players for this program. Then I get out my piece of paper and I get my pencil and I start doing something like this, where I work through every single take in the entire score, putting instruments in each person's column. Once I've done that, I then have to figure out a setup. So the usual process for me is to come in maybe 2 hours or 1.5 to 2 hours before the very first rehearsal for a show like this to make sure that this setup is actually going to work, the one that I thought of in my head. And once I've done that, I can concentrate on the playing part of the job. So in this program, this is the first player's station. They're playing bass drum, congas, African djembe, tam-tam, and then the second player is over here. Second player is playing taiko, also the tam-tam, tom-toms, tenor drum, bongos, cymbal, ratchet, and the vibraphone. The next player will be here covering all the cymbals. We've got suspended cymbals, we've got a hi-hat, we've got crash cymbals, we've also got darabuka and tambourine. So this is my setup. I've got snare drum, timbales, toms, tenor drum, shaker, kabasa, maracas, tambourine, an anvil, which is actually a bit of railway track, but it sounds just like an anvil when you play it, and a plank of wood. And then finally, the fifth player has got the glockenspiel, the triangle, another snare drum, tambourine, tubular bells, and the marimba. Well, Black Panther, the percussion score is actually relatively standard actually in the orchestra, but the score has a big African percussion component, and there is a particularly prominent and very important part for the African tama, which is also known as a talking drum. So we're thrilled to have the Senegalese master drummer Massamba Diop, who recorded the talking drum part for the soundtrack of Black Panther, come and play with us live, which is just going to be so exciting. I think you're in for a real treat. Well, any time we perform a movie score live to a film, I think it enhances the entire experience for the audience member, because in the music, the soundtrack of a film often brings out the drama or the emotions of the film, and when it's placed front and centre like that, it enhances the entire experience. Having Massamba Diop come and play, and he'll be out the front so everyone can see what he's doing, will just elevate it to that extra level once again, so that you can see how wonderful he is as a performer. I mean, over the time that I've been in the orchestra, things have changed quite a lot. We started to tour internationally more frequently, or the commercial aspect of things has really grown over the years. Particularly the movie scores, that's really become quite a big thing. Every year now we'll do at least 2 or 3 movies, which is something that when I first joined the orchestra we never did. And of course, it's just been so exciting to be back in the new refurbished concert hall. We had 2 years at the Town Hall, which is also lovely in its own way, but coming back to the Opera House once it had been refurbished was just like coming home. I loved it. I mean, I love working here. It's what a dream, you know, it's beautiful. And now it's even better with the new acoustic. Loving it.